What's going on, folks? Welcome back to The Life HD. This is Victor, and wow, it's actually been a little bit since I've done a video. We've taken some time off for Christmas, I spent some time with my family. It was good to have a little bit of downtime in between the big releases of 2021 and then what is to come in 2022. I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas and a happy New Year. Today, we're going to be counting down the top 5 Switch games for Nintendo Switch in 2021. Of course, this is my personal list. It does not apply to every single game, because I did not play every Switch game, surprisingly enough. But without any further delay, because wow, this has been a little bit of an intro, let's jump right into it.
Switch, 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 switch it up. Switch, 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 switch it up. I was a worker, had to upgrade to a boss. I had to switch it up. Used to live in the hood, but had to upgrade to a loft. I had to switch it up.
Okay, so there are quite a few ports to the Nintendo Switch that came out this year that I just want to mention very quickly. These might be older games that already came out, but I figured like they're worth mentioning. The first one being Dying Light came to the Switch, and I actually have spent a fair amount of time playing this. It's amazing, honestly, as a game that I missed out from big consoles of the last generation. It's an open world zombie survival game, and of course it's like a big AAA game, and so having it on Switch is great, especially considering that this is a very stable experience. Like, we're talking a pretty decent sized world with just hordes of zombies everywhere, and it works really well on the Nintendo Switch. I think that's really awesome and such a cool thing to have on the system, especially in handheld mode. I've been playing it quite a bit. It's really addictive, and they've continued to support it with updates and stabilize the frame rates, because it was uncapped at first, but now they've locked it at 30 frames, and it's a fantastic port job and well worth your time playing, especially considering I've seen it on sale over the holidays for like $30, $35 at GameStop, and even digitally on the system itself. Well worth it at that price. Another one is Doki Doki Literature Club. I did a unboxing of that. It's the Plus version. That game, it's fantastic. Again, one that I missed out on the computer. It was a free game that you could download, and it interacted with your computer itself. I think that what they did to bring it over to the system is really amazing, considering that like the main root of the prior version of the game is that it interacts with your computer and files and stuff. So bringing it over to all consoles, it did come out on all consoles with extra content, I think is amazing. And I really love that I have a physical version of it now. I've got 2 of them, if you saw my unboxing video of it as well. And finally, the Doom Eternal DLC, all of it is out now on Nintendo Switch, and it's rad. It holds up just as well as the rest of the game does on Switch. Again, locked at 30 with a little bit blurry visuals, but this is a giant game, and having it on Switch is amazing. Now that I've rambled quite a bit about some of the extra stuff that I did not include but did enjoy this year, or I guess last year at this point, let's jump into the top 5 games on Nintendo Switch for 2021. Coming in at number 5, I guess, is a game, we're going to start off strong here, that I didn't actually play. It's one that I ended up missing out on. I don't have a lot of time to play party games, and that is Mario Party Superstars. This is a compilation of sorts of older maps and mini-games from the generation of Mario Party games that people really, really love, myself included. They've got some of the original maps in here remastered with great visuals, and all of it is fully online capable. Like I said, I did not pick this game up, but I've watched tons of content on it, because I honestly don't have a lot of time and ability to have friends over while I'm currently in school and working to play a party game. It's just very difficult to arrange, so I did not pick it up because I didn't think it would get as much use. But the people that I trust that have played it say that this is a fantastic game, and I've watched lots of gameplay of it, and I can fully capably say without having bought the game itself that it is a great experience, especially considering Super Mario Party, which was quite a disappointment, which was lacking in online features, You know, coming off of that, I wasn't expecting much for the next Mario Party game, but this one seems to keep its head held high and really stand out as a classic Mario Party experience, and I think that's great to have on the system, especially considering that Super Mario Party didn't really hold up that well. Coming in at number 4 is a port, of course. It is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This is one that I played on the Wii U, of course, like many others, but now lots of people who missed out on that generation of Nintendo finally get a chance to play this, and it's reworked in a way that is amazing. To the main game, the 3D World, they've added higher speeds, which just makes the levels feel a lot more flush and cleaned out, I guess. The speed really helps. I think that change alone makes the experience way better, because the old one felt a little bit sluggish at times and like the levels dragged on. Now it feels like quick, short experiences that you can do single player, or how the game was really designed, multiplayer with 4 people. It just works really, really well, and I think that the game still holds up extremely well on the Nintendo Switch, even though it was a Wii U game, and not all of the Wii U games that have come over to Switch have been great. In addition, they paired in an entire new experience called Bowser's Fury, which of course you've heard me talk about a lot in my review of the game itself. If you did go back and watch that, which I do recommend if you haven't, check it out. It's a good review. I loved Bowser's Fury. I thought it was a fantastic experience, one of the best 3D Mario experiences I've ever had. Personally, I think the root of Bowser's Fury is really set in traditional 3D Mario. Like, it felt more like Mario 64 than Odyssey did, and that's saying a lot. Of course, Mario did not have all of the mobility, but it was sort of like a demo of what a truly open 3D Mario game could be, because all of the levels in this game were set in one world, and I could totally see that for whatever 3D Mario experience is coming next. So it felt like the framework, or maybe like a little test to see what people thought. But honestly, the puzzles, the platforming, the enemy designs, all the extra little goodies they've thrown in there with the cat versions of everything, like, this is a substantial piece of game, and while the base of it is only 3 hours to complete, doing all the extra stuff is worth it, and I think it sets the groundwork for what's going to come next for 3D Mario. Coming in at number 3 is, that's right, Shin Megami Tensei 5. This is one I picked up a little bit after release and have not had a lot of time to play. I did not do a review of it, but so far, I think it is a fantastic, brutal, classic JRPG. I've really enjoyed getting my JRPG fix on the Nintendo Switch, things like Dragon Quest XI and Xenoblade, and Shin Megami Tensei feels like more of the same, more in line with Dragon Quest, because this game is a brutal, traditional RPG, something that we would have seen in the olden days, but with new graphics, with new 3D, like, open-ish world gameplay. Like, this game really takes it back to the roots, and I think that's great to see. A lot of RPGs can be oversimplified, like Persona 5, which I might have a video of Persona 5 coming out soon, why they really need to bring that game over to the Nintendo Switch, but, I mean, you didn't hear that from me. A lot of the gameplay can be oversimplified sometimes, but Shin Megami Tensei really, like I said, takes it back to the roots, and I think that's great to see. Especially considering that a new generation of people playing the Nintendo Switch might have the opportunity to play this game. Maybe they haven't played a lot of JRPGs, and maybe this game will open up their eyes to the world of such a fantastic genre. Coming in at number 2 is, of course, Monster Hunter Rise. How many Monster Hunter Rise videos did I do? I have no idea. Leading up to its release, I would cover almost every trailer. I was so pumped for this game, and it delivered. I did have gripes with it, and even after my review, I found more things that I was disappointed by. But even all that aside, it is pure Monster Hunter bliss. It is a fantastic experience with amazing, fast and fluid gameplay. All the additions that they've added, like the wire bug and palamutes, feel at home in a Monster Hunter game, even though they diversify the gameplay so much. Monster Hunter is my favorite franchise, and I can fully capably say that Monster Hunter Rise is a great experience. And I've gone on and on about it in other videos, which you can go watch. But for now, I'm just going to leave it at that. It's a great experience and well worth picking up, especially if you can find it on a sale. And coming in at the #1 spot is the game that blew me away, Metroid Dread. What more can I say that hasn't already been said? What more can I say that I personally have already said? Like, I've raved about this game. It is one of the best 2D games I've played in my entire life. The gameplay itself, all of the boss designs, all of these extra powers that you're racking up, I mean, even at the end of the game, you're still learning the controls. Like, it's teaching you as you go. You're working your way back through areas you've already been, but it feels fresh every single time. The story itself, I got really invested in. Samus as a character grows in this game, and I can't speak more truth into the fact that this is an amazing game and should be played by anyone who owns a Nintendo Switch. It is by far one of the best Metroid experiences we've gotten in a while, because, I mean, that's not saying a lot, because, like, Federation Force and stuff like that is really all we've gotten recently. But as far as a 2D game holding up in this new era of 3D battle royale shooters, blah blah blah, like this next generation, this game succeeds at being an old school style game, but in the next generation, and I think that everybody should play. And the fact that it was at the Game Awards and like was a runner up for Game of the Year just speaks truth to the fact that this is an amazing game that should be played by everybody.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this video. We love talking to you guys. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like these. Lastly, check out our Twitter account for gameplay of the latest releases. But most importantly of all, remember to always stay 1-up.